fireworks press conference here in El Monte, the third one of its nature. We started in 2013. Let me first, before I give out some background information, my name is Bart Patel. I'm the Mayor Pro Tem for City of El Monte and the Chair of the Fireworks Committee. Thank you so much for all the staff that helped plan this event today, in particular Ms. Sheila Crippen and Valerie Martinez and Associates. Thank you for all your assistance on organizing this event. Number two, there's been, let me say thank you to my colleagues for being here today. Councilman Jay Gomez on my right, who is the Vice Chair of the Fireworks Committee, as well, and Councilwoman Vicky Martinez on his right. So thank you for being here today and supporting the message of public safety out here. One of the big issues in El Monte, and I suspect in many other communities, is illegal fireworks going off. And it's been a generational issue here in El Monte. It affects quality of life. It really hurts the animals, the dogs and the cats. It makes them go crazy. And if there's one thing that we know as a city council and as public officials, illegal fireworks, the stuff that goes up in the air, it drives people crazy. And they say if they could just move to Tahiti for that week, if they could, they would do so. What happened after July 4th of 2012, there were so many complaints regarding the illegal fireworks that at that time the City Council decided to start a fireworks committee. And in that committee, I was appointed the chair, and what we started doing is problem solving. The committee is basically comprised of public officials, residents, business owners, and the nonprofits. And what we've been doing the last 3 years is problem solving. And how do we do that? A couple things. There are three main campaigns that we started off with. And the first is we increased the citation revenue, the administrative citation. It used to be $300. We increased it to $1,000 starting from 2013 and 2014. Roughly, there have been approximately 176 citations that have been issued, equivalent to $176,000 worth of citation revenue. And why is that important? We haven't collected all of it. We've collected some of it, close to $40,000. Now, some of that money is going to go into our enforcement for this 4th of July season, as we have our officers who are going to be working on overtime. And the great thing about that, the money is going to come from the citations from all the illegal fireworks that people have been blowing off the last couple of years. Number two, we want to keep our streets clean. And that's been an issue for many, many years, and unfortunately, it's a public education campaign that we started. As soon as you're done with your legal fireworks, please keep your streets clean, because if not, our code enforcement is going to be enforcing that this year. And the third part is a We Tip program that was derived from the Fireworks Committee this year, in that if any of the residents or any stakeholder calls the El Monte Police Department and a tip leads to the confiscation or the arrest of anyone using illegal fireworks, you will receive a $50 tip, and you can remain anonymous if you do. So while you guys are buying these legal fireworks, as they've been saying, they're quite expensive, you might want to get some of your money back by reporting all the knuckleheads that are using the illegal fireworks. So at this time, and one of the main things for the Fireworks Committee was three goals. That is to preserve our way of celebrating independence in El Monte. For many, many years, a lot of family, a lot of friends come to El Monte. It's an economic boost. They know that El Monte allows safe and sane fireworks, and it's a special time for many people to get together and celebrate. Number two is to rid of illegal fireworks, the ones that shoot up in the air and the ones that are behind the police chief and the fire chief. Please, if you have a match, do not take it out right now. We don't want any extra fireworks going on today. And third of all, is the nonprofits. We have many nonprofits in the city of El Monte, ranging from churches, choir groups, and this is a big fundraiser for them. As you see those fireworks stands that are selling legal fireworks, only nonprofits can get a permit and distribute and sell those illegal fireworks. So it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. So we've taken a very concrete effort, measured trying to get measured results as we continue to drive down illegal fireworks and preserve our way of celebrating here in El Monte. So at this time, I'm going to introduce the police chief. He's going to say a few words, and then he's going to introduce the fire chief, and then from there, Mr. Roger Cobian will be introduced, and he's going to do it in Espanol, and then after that, we'll have concluding remarks, and we'll move on from there. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Chief of El Monte, Mr. David Reynoso.
Good afternoon. My name is David Reynoso. I'm the police chief for the city of El Monte. And as the councilman spoke about the 4th of July, we want people to celebrate in a safe and responsible manner. Go out, enjoy the day, celebrate the birth of our country, but do it in a safe manner. If you are going to use fireworks, please make sure they're safe and safe fireworks. If you choose to use illegal fireworks, there are some consequences here in our city. One of them, and the worst one, might be you might be arrested for using or possessing illegal fireworks. You might receive an administrative fine. That citation carries a $1,000 fine. Also, what we have new this year to our city is a reward program. Any citizen that calls in gives us a tip of someone using or possessing illegal fireworks, and the police department takes any type of enforcement action. That first person that called, that gave us that tip, will receive a $50 gift card, no questions asked. That person calling may remain anonymous or may provide us with their information. Now obviously what we want is compliance. We prefer that people do not use illegal fireworks, that we don't write citations, that we don't arrest people, and that will mean that we had a safe and sane 4th of July. So the number one thing that I want for our community, that we want in our city, is a safe holiday with no one using illegal fireworks. But if someone chooses to use illegal fireworks, we, the police department, along with the partners from the fire department, will be here to enforce any possible laws. So thank you with that, and I would like to introduce Fire Marshal Cochran, please.
Good morning. We've been working with local law enforcement, the State Fire Marshal's Office, the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives to eliminate illegal fireworks in our communities. I want to commend the City of El Monte for taking these strong measures to protect life and property by working with us to confiscate illegal fireworks across Los Angeles County. This collaboration these past few years has resulted in the confiscations of tens of thousands of pounds of illegal fireworks throughout the county. The fire department is working with local law enforcement and fire agencies to continue to get illegal fireworks off the streets. Despite our efforts, there are still many fireworks out there, and they are all dangerous. Even safe and sane fireworks can cause devastating physical injuries and fires. 90% of all fireworks injuries that we see in the local emergency rooms are caused by illegal, safe and sane fireworks. 35% of all fireworks injuries were to children. Do not allow young children to play with or ignite fireworks. And even sparklers can burn at over 2,000 degrees and can cause serious burns. So if you purchase fireworks and you suspect that they're illegal, just take them to your local fire station. We'll accept them there, and there'll be no questions asked. And our firefighters are collecting fireworks at the stations to try and help residents avoid any injuries. Finally, the Los Angeles County Fire Department reminds everyone to visit a professional fireworks show this 4th of July holiday. There's a number of them. We've got a website that lists over 50 events that people can attend, and many of them are free to attend. Our website is fire.lacounty.gov. It has that list. Or you can call our fireworks hotline, which is 888-654-FIRE, and then you get the latest information. So I want to thank the city, I want to thank our state and federal partners, and for making the 4th of July holiday a safe one. Thank you.
Gracias a todos, soy Sargento Rogelio Cubián, voy a hablar en español para la gente que son de los noticias de Latinos Noticias. Amigos, me gustaría dar gracias al concejal Mark Patel y que fue al jefe de policía con la idea de ser más proactivo con respecto a llegar a la aplicación de fuegos artificiales para el próximo 4 de julio, día de fiesta. Desde el año 2012, el Ayuntamiento planteó la multa de estar en posesión de fuegos artificiales ilegales de $500 hasta $1,000, mostrando cómo la ciudad del Monte se siente acerca de este problema. El público fue educado a través de notificaciones del correo y grandes letras colocados con principales intersecciones de nuestra ciudad. Un anuncio de servicio público se produjo y se puede encontrar en nuestro canal de acceso de cable local y la página de Facebook de nuestro departamento de policía. El apoyo de nuestro elemento de colaboración del Departamento de Bomberos del Condado de Los Ángeles, y vamos a continuar esta relación y ser un ejemplo para otros que se sientan fuertemente sobre la venta y uso de fuegos artificiales ilegales. Para este 4 de julio vamos a tener adicionales policías en la calle enforzando estas leyes. Si alguien está en posesión o está usando estos fuegos, van a agarrar una situación de $1,000. No vale la pena aprender estos ilegales fuegos artificiales. Por favor, no queremos dar ninguna multa a nadie. Nomás queremos que la gente se celebra con mucho apoyo y con mucho honor, sin usar ilegales fuegos artificiales. Gracias. Una cosa más. El jefe de policía va a hablar con las noticias en inglés o español, cual prefieres. Y también los bomberos también van a hacer van a demostrar cómo explotan los fuegos artificiales. Gracias.
Thank you, Sergeant Cobian. As he just said, though, our fire chief or police chief will be available for interviews. So will Sergeant Cobian. And on my right, Councilman Jacob will also be available for interviews. So as we come to a conclusion, the last couple of years we actually had an active task force that confiscated nearly 90 tons of illegal fireworks, about 180,000 pounds of illegal fireworks. Unfortunately, we could not activate that task force this year with our El Monte Police Department and LA County Fire Arson Unit because of lack of resources. But we're hoping, and my message to other chiefs out there in our surrounding cities or the greater region is let's try to collaborate. And because when we have illegal fireworks to go off, it's also an environmental damage. It's just not immediately impacted in that particular city. It goes wherever the wind goes, and it does float into other areas. So it impacts the region. And with that, there's been a couple of years, you see a couple of cities too that are legalizing safe and sane fireworks. And they're going to have the same issues as we do. You can ban all fireworks, but every city is grappling with similar issues. And I want to say, look at the El Monte model. We've made great inroads over here. You're more than free to copy it. We'll give you all copyright privileges. If you really want to find out more information, please contact our city manager, Jesus Gomez, or our chief, Mr. David Reynoso. So at this time, I'd like to conclude the press conference and wish everyone a safe and sane 4th of July. Make it memorable, and happy birthday, America. 239 years. Thank you.
have to bear with me, my voice is about 75%. I normally sound a little bit better than this, but hopefully you can hear it just fine. Well enough. So, welcome. My name is Ed Holder. I'm the Vice President of Real Estate Development for Mercy Housing in California. I know it's a bit squeezed, but we're all friends here, right? So thank you for making it work. So a little bit more than a year ago, we had a grand opening event here. And that moment was about celebrating the potential in these buildings, potential in the walls, potential in the apartments. And there was a lot, and there's a lot of potential. Today is about celebrating the reality of what's happened in that year. A reality that's filled with new relationships, partnerships, challenges overcome, new directions, no pun intended. But the people, I thought of that, and then afterwards I was like, there's a reason. New directions that folks are taking that are positive and deepening trust that's being formed. So that's the reality that we're here to celebrate. And we're going to do a couple of things here today. One is to allow those who've impacted or been impacted by this community a moment to share what those realities have been for them. And then the second is to thank so we can step back a year, we had fighter jets, and I mean that day was awesome. Nobody throws an event like the City of El Monte. And there were a lot of things given that day, right? And there was a lot of thanks given that day, and it was dispersed, and it should be to a lot of partners in this, and there are many. But the second reason we're here today is to celebrate what the city, its leadership, and staff have done in a more meaningful, more intimate setting to thank them for their work. It's going to be a bit of a love fest, so you can warm, but that's what we're here for. I did want to, before we get too far along, want to recognize some of our dignitaries here, and Mariela has been kind enough to help me with this, so if I've missed something, it's not for lack of trying, and please let me know, and I will be sure to acknowledge you. So from the city of El Monte, Mayor Pro Tem Bart Patel. Councilman Jay Gomez. Jonathan Hawes. Treasurer Jerry Velasco. And then, let's see, is Honorable Roger Hernandez here? He's right in the front. I knew I'd screw something up, so it's only the most obvious thing. Welcome. Let's see, representing the Honorable Grace Napolitano, Hector Elizalde is here. Representing the Honorable Senator, let's see, Hernandez, Laura Jimenez. And representing the Honorable Edwin Chow, Assemblyman 49th District, Miguel Segura. And then I want to recognize city staff who's here. City Manager, Raul Medina, there he is. City Manager, Jesus Gomez. Assistant City Manager, Gabriel Gonzalez. Interim Chief of Police, Roger Johnson. Senior City Attorney, Dave Gonda. Economic Development Director, Ben Tai. Finance Director, Ernestine Jones. Human Resources Director, Debbie Scott Vesca. Public Works Director, Frank Santino. Maintenance Superintendent, Mike Rodriguez. VFW Post Commander Mike Felix knows my So, if I've missed anybody, maybe you should tell me afterwards and I'll be corrected, as opposed to right now. That's probably the better approach. So thank you all for joining today. This is a really meaningful day. Again, a chance to look back and reflect. I want to call up our partner, Mercy Directions partner, New Directions for Veterans. They are our co-owner, co-general partner, and also the lead service provider out here. Greg Scott is the president and CEO, and I will share a few words.
Wow, this room is a little intimidating, but it certainly shows how it takes a village to do the kind of work that we're doing. And as I walked up, and it was a great meeting a lot of people, but it was more important to me to meet a lot of the veterans and talk to the veterans. And when the veterans come up and say thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and it's humbling, because I should be thanking them for the work that they've done, and for them, hey Joe, and for them giving up their lives and sacrificing their lives in a way that we can still be here today. So I always tell people that, my job is to serve those who served us. But to see so many different people come out in the city of El Monte in the way that you guys showed up back again for this anniversary event really shows how it really takes a village to really make this happen. And we are so honored to be in partnership with Mercy. I mean, this is what Mercy looks like. And I don't mean just the organization, no pun intended. I had to think of a way to do that. But when you think about the word mercy and grace and all the things that kind of go along with that, this is what it looks like. This is the vision of that. So we are super excited, certainly to be back after a year. And I almost can't believe that it's been a year. And so many people have put their heart and soul into making this happen. So I'm just going to take a few minutes of your time. I won't take up too much of your time, but this is certainly a love fest. I just want to talk with you a little bit about just a few statistics about what we're dealing with as New Directions. That's a community. By the end of 2013, California had more homeless veterans than any other state in the nation, with more than 15,000 homeless veterans. That's 26% of all homeless veterans in the country. I'll say that again. By the end of 2013, wasn't that long ago, California had more homeless veterans than any other state in the nation, with more than 15,000 homeless veterans. 26% of all homeless veterans in the country. In fact, about 1 out of 8 homeless veterans in the United States live on the streets within 2 hours of where we're standing at today. Well, not a date in the entire country. So at New Directions, our mission is to empower men and women who served in the military and their families to lead productive and fulfilling lives. Since 1992, this has been our mission, providing transitional and permanent supportive housing, case management and direct financial assistance, workforce development, and other supportive services for veterans. El Monte Veterans Village represents a major shift in expansion of our vision as we expand into affordable housing. We have a big vision and a goal to end veteran homelessness here in Los Angeles and to ensure every veteran that needs our services is served. This type of housing offers a stable, safe foundation on which to tackle these critical barriers such as mental health, veteran suicide. 22 veterans kill themselves every single day. Let that sink in. 22 veterans commit suicide every single day. 22 veterans commit suicide every single day, along with substance abuse. In 2014, our housing program, we served over 233 participants. New Directions has worked in partnership with veterans of El Monte Veterans Village, Mercy Housing, and the VA staff to establish a robust and thriving community here in El Monte where tenants have access to care and support and the support that they want. Our belief is that every veteran deserves a place to call home. A home is much more than a room with a bathroom and a sink. It's a place where you belong. This year, we had the honor of serving veterans from many hard situations come home. And I want to thank some of our staff members like Maisha Gosling. She was back there. I saw Alexis Booby walk around and read Alexis. Who both serve as resident service coordinators here at El Monte. Maisha in particular worked with tenants to create our tenant council. We're active in creating programming that create opportunities to engage and celebrate, from cooking classes to gardening, group to exercise activities and holiday celebrations. We're especially proud of the tenants who came together to engage with local community activities to create safer sidewalks. The council observed that there was a section on the front of El Monte where pedestrians were at risk of being hurt by those who were riding their bicycles. So they advocated for safety signs. The city responded, thank you the city, and installed the signs. We also appreciate our members of the council have met with local newspapers and media outlets and spoken at public events to share their experience of living at El Monte and their belief that supportive housing is a permanent and needed solution to end veteran homelessness. This is a community that's looking beyond just the fences or the front or the front of the property. They're talking about creating a community and being part of this community. So over the coming months and years, New Directions will continue to expand our homelessness prevention efforts, deliver more mental health services, create more housing. We have more housing in the pipeline that's coming forward. So we're honored to have El Monte Veterans Village be the second diamond in our ever-growing portfolio of permanent supportive housing for veterans. It's been a pleasure working with Mercy Housing Corporation and the City of El Monte on this project. With the help of these key partners, together we will continue to make great strides to ending veteran homelessness. So congratulations to this great city. Thank you for your heart, for your mercy, for your grace, that we are taking care of those who take care of us. So God bless. Thank you.
I did want to recognize Rachel Barbosa from Supervisor for District Otis Solis's office in the back. At the beginning, when we were introducing our elected dignitaries and staff members, is that what we're doing here is not getting any easier. Redevelopment, as we talked about, the dedication. And because the process of going away at the groundbreaking has not been replaced. And so finding more ways to do this, it's taking more and more creativity, more and more pieces coming together. There are some glimmers of hope at the state and federal level and local level. At the local level, we are fighting to get some of the county boomerang funds to come back in and fund more affordable housing. There's some way to reconfigure one of the state tax credits that's being talked about that can help bridge some of the funding gaps to build more housing like this. And so all of the work that our local, county, state, federal elected officials are doing, VASH vouchers, all of that is vital. So any moment you have to thank our elected officials for the work they have done and continue to do for this work is really important. So I do want to point out and thank them for all the support that they all have given us to make this and other communities possible. So with that, we wanted to turn to some of our resident speakers. And these are, as you can imagine, those are individuals who have lived and breathed the transformation that's possible here, who have lived the potential and are turning it into reality. So I first want to introduce James Jacobs, who I have the pleasure to
How's everyone doing? Well, first of all, I'd like to thank God for giving me this opportunity to be here today. And then I want to just jump right to it. You know, I want to thank Mercy Housing, because starting right off the top, this nice gentleman here has given us, all the veterans, the opportunity to obtain stable housing. Not just myself. It's much bigger than me, what's happening here. Much bigger. Also Ben Rosen, okay, Cindy Wise, and also to go on down the line, Ms. Marilla Ortiz, our property manager, right there. And also our outstanding maintenance man, Robert Armenta, standing outside. And also, New Directions. The word is self-explanatory to me. There is a new direction. I can go to the left or I can go to the right. It's up to me. I have that choice which way I choose to go. And I want to take a new direction in my life. Okay, and I want to thank God for Mr. Gregory Scott here. Okay, also Miss Hillary Evans back there, Miss Maisha Gosman, and also Alexis Boothby, you know, our Veteran Service Coordinator. Okay, and with collaboration, Mercy Housing, HUD Bash, also Megan and Andrea. We're all three entities. Like you said from the beginning, it does take a village to raise a child. It really does. And I'm very appreciative of this. That's what I call gratitude myself, you know, and giving me the opportunity to change my way of life, okay? These agencies will indelibly be etched in my mind, okay? Indelibly. I'm saying that with emphasis, okay? And also, I would like to thank El Monte's Finance for being here. And your statisticians, okay, and Mr. Village, the VFW. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 13 years being out there, jumping from pillar to post, and then being here where you can get up in the morning, make your own bacon, your own breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, whatever you choose to make. You know, this place is fantastic, it really is, you know, and I'm really appreciative of my room in 211, and we have a beautiful edible garden out back, it's coming along great, and the Veterans Village of El Monte is an outstanding building here, it really is, and we keep it up really nice, and with our staff here on hand, they're very, very informative employees here, and I can never thank Mercy Housing, HUD Bash, and New Directions enough. Okay, because they've given me the opportunity to make things better for myself, okay? Because this place here is a culmination of many, many great things to come for myself and other veterans. So I'd like to say thank you, God bless everyone.
James mentioned the garden. For those that don't know, James is, I don't know if he's official or unofficial, but he's more or less the keeper of the garden. He grew some peppers out there, some chilies that will knock your socks off. I next want to call up Robert Loma.
First of all, I was homeless at one time. I met Ben Hunters, got me started. I've been here about 8 months. I met good people. New Directions have been helpful. Can't thank them enough. Management, property management. And I love it here. People tell me that fill out an application to go to the one that's going over there. No, this is my place. I try to keep this place clean. I walk around at night, make sure nobody gets into the cars. They go into the shed back there in the garden and take all the tools. So I make sure I make my rounds, make sure everything is tip top. Making sure I don't talk as much as Mr. Good. I appreciate everything that people
big part in my life. I never saw myself living in a home again. I never saw myself being a human being again. I was homeless for 18 years in Echo Park. I'm not very proud of the things that take place when you're homeless, the things that you have to do to survive, the things that degrade you as a human being, and just not having any hope. But somehow, somewhere, between my family, when you talk about family, man, you know, my sister played a big role in setting the stage for me to be where I am today. And with all the steps that I took after that, of making it right for myself as a man, as a human being, to come back to life, to come back to have a place to live, to have a place where I could be dignified again as a human being. And I believe that there is hope now. There has always been hope with the help of God. I know He's giving me the willpower to make the move, to stand up for myself again, to be the soldier that I was. That's what I believe in. I'm a patriot. I've always been a patriot. But there's just some things that there's that evil side that tries to keep you down. There's that negative outside in the streets and stuff that try to keep you down. That isn't very pleasant. And that's not in my heart. I know in my heart of hearts that that's not what I want it to be. That's not what I want it to die as. You know, I have children, I have 4 grown children, I have grandchildren now, and you know, I'm 53 years old. You know, and I'm finally taking care of myself. I'm finally doing. And if it wasn't for people like New Directions, Vash, HUD, Mercy Housing, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be dead. And if it wasn't for Amity Foundation, that helped me to get to that first step of recovery, and because you know, I was an addict, alcoholic, whatever, you know, I did it all. I believe. You talk about a bucket list, you know. I got a few buckets, man, that I filled already. That ain't very pleasant to look at. But now I got another bucket list that I want to accomplish, and it's all positive. And it's talk about family. I believe family is important in recovery. I believe family, the interventions, all that stuff is important when taking a soldier off the streets that doesn't believe in himself anymore, and to help him to make him believe in himself. And Mercy Housing and the staff here, my advocate, Megan, you know, from Eusebio Ortiz to Morello Ortiz, everybody, Cindy, everybody has helped me to become the person who I am today. You know, even though there's things wrong with me as far as like I'm doing, but I'm taking care of myself. As far as I know it's wrong now. I know what I have to be. I know the meds I have to be on. I take my meds. I make appointments. And I take those steps to do those things now. And out there on the streets, I didn't have the ability or the mindset or even the hope that I can be where I'm at today. And if it wasn't for housing and people that want to take care of veterans, I believe in this. And if there's anything I can do to outreach to other veterans, that's what I want to do. At some point, that's what I will do again. You know, to help people, you know, in recovery and do those things to make it right, and to make it right with myself and the Lord. That's going to be part of my bucket list. But I want to thank everyone for, you know, helping us, for giving us the courage again to step up to the plate and be a man, woman, you know, just to be that human being again. Thank you.
That was all really powerful testimony to move your full potential to reality here. Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing. Next person I want to introduce is a dignitary on his own, and I saved it until now. He's a hero of mine. When he talks about, which was talking about going out, wanting to do that next step of bringing people in, finding them and connecting them to the housing. Joe Leal is the director of Bed Hunters, and he and his team have been an unbelievable partner and an absolutely vital link to the work that is going on here. So I wanted to invite Joe up to share his thoughts on what this has meant to his organization.
One of the biggest things that I enjoy about being here is the solution. This is it in action. We're out there, we're out on the streets. When this was being created, it's, I mean, look at us now. It's 1 year into it. We see that it changed lives. Most important, this project has helped inspire other cities to say they can do what we can too. So, City Council of El Monte and Mercy Housing and New Direction, we had the ability to be able to see the bigger picture. The hardest part was getting other people to believe. Well, here it is. Here it is. And it's very unique to see some of the guys that we've helped, and we compare them to what we founded to now. Most importantly, they want to become advocates. And who better than to advocate than the ones that have been there? And that's so amazing. But for us, we could be out there all day, every day. We're out there 2, 3 in the morning. We're just out there. Why? Because every one of us has that reason to continue to serve. Because when we serve our country, we come back, we take the uniform off, we retire, whatever. Our service to our community and country is still not over. And that's how we're able to do it. So I think for me, I look at this and it's very, very emotional for us. It really is. Because at the end of the day, what we want to be known about or who we are, and that is that we were able to change lives. So I want to thank a lot of you guys. I see a lot of community leaders in here, a lot of movers and shakers. I'm honored to be around you guys, especially Michael Felix back there, who does an amazing program right here at his VFW. So thank you, Michael. But look, at the end of the day, they say it takes a village, right? I like to think of it as it takes a nation to support our troops. And that's what took place today. I'm really honored that you had asked us to come down. I apologize, I'm not all dressed up, but you know, my boots are dirty. We're always dirty because that's where we're coming from. But you know what? It's all good because that's where we're able to engage them. That being said, look, the moment's really for them. To the guys that are doing something with your life, God bless you guys, really. Thank you for letting us help you. That's the interesting part. And the message is always going to be that it's okay to ask for help. And you guys did that. So the round of applause really is for you guys. We're here to you, so thank you.
Thanks, Joe. You know, as I said earlier, getting any affordable housing built, regardless of who you're serving, is incredibly challenging today. But doing it, knowing that you've got the full support of the city and their vision behind you, and a staff that's 100% committed to executing on that vision, is the difference between having this event now and 3 years from now. And so we're incredibly thankful for that support. So with that, I wanted to invite Mayor Pro Tem Parth Patel up if there are words to share. I put him on the spot.
I would love to share, but I think Councilman Gomez should take off.
Great. Councilman Jay Gomez.
You know, I want to thank everybody that's here, really. But like my brother Joe Leal said, thank our vets. I was listening to the radio the other day, looking at TV, looking at news about homeless vets, amputees, those that are going through some real heavy psychological problems. Recently I read that Vietnam combat vets decorated
being deported. Let me repeat that and see if it'll sink into some of you that are not vets. Vietnam combat decorated vets being deported. It's okay to fight for this country. It's okay that 58,000 didn't come back from Nam. It's okay that hundreds of thousands came back with physical, psychological problems. It's okay that they're homeless. Most of you here go home to a house. Most of you here have a job. Most of you here talk a pretty talk. But if it wasn't for my brothers and sisters, vet hunters, VFW, AMVET, DAVs, all those veteran organizations, we wouldn't be able to partner with Mercy Housing, New Directions, and house these vets. If it wasn't for the city of El Monte, let me go back. Come Memorial Day, Veterans Day, everybody believes in the red, white, and blue. But where is everybody when our brothers and sisters, uncles and aunts, mothers and fathers, our families are hungry? Joe Leal said it really easy. Oh yeah, we're always dirty, we're underneath the bridges. Yeah, because nobody else is doing it. I am thankful to God that the city of El Monte believed in making a difference. Not just talk the talk, but walk it. I'm thankful to the city council, the city staff, everybody that had something to do with this veteran village. One of the things my brother Joe Leal says, in the same sentence, we shouldn't have homeless and veterans. We should never have our men and women homeless. Man, we could give millions, billions of dollars to other countries, but we can't clean up our backyard. That's crap. I'm sorry. Like what I'm saying or don't, I really don't care. I love it. Now, we gotta do more. These are our soldiers. These are men and women. We wouldn't have the things we have today if it wasn't for them fighting for our freedoms and our rights. I wake up in the morning, I got a house. My older boy, Desert Storm vet. My youngest boy, Afghan, Iraq vet. Myself, vet. But we have homes. There's so many out there, they need your help. Somewhere in this country, I pray to God every day that we stand up and see America for everybody, not just for some. So, again, Mercy, New Directions, God bless you, thank you very much. For all those vets that are here in your city, in this facility, God bless you. Joe, you and Vet Hunters, VFW, everybody that's working hard, thank you. And let me just recognize another brother of mine, Augie Gomez. Augie Gomez, quiet Silver Star recipient. If you haven't been there, please try to reach. Entonces, tomamos el sol. Thank you.
I do have, not at this moment, but I have a few more words for Jay. My introduction was too brief. But don't worry, there's a little bit more to come. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. So, I wanted to invite Assimilaban Roger Hernandez to come up and, I understand, to make a presentation. Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all our veterans for your service, for your sacrifice. To many of you, your losses that you took on to the benefit of all of us, those of us in California and those of us throughout the nation. It's truly an honor to be able to be your representative in our state's capital, Sacramento. But it's even a bigger honor to see the good things that are happening in my district. I get to brag about the good people and the good ideas and then the good models of work that's demonstrated here and in Monte. I think Councilmember Gomez said, wow, there's a lot of people that believe that we have to do more for our veterans, that talk and support the notion of doing more for our residents, but not everyone's putting it together, putting the pieces together. This veteran village here is a shining example of how it's supposed to be done, how it can be done. There's no reason why every community in California should be without a veterans village. Every city in California should have one. No, let's clap that for them. The Montes leaders have demonstrated in working with PAMVETS, we're working with veterans community, we're working with Mercy Housing, we're working with New Direction for our veterans, with